What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Brandon Dude here. We have another replay. We are going up against Crystron Azamina. So Crystron Azamina, it's a deck that has the Crystron Conclave, which is a pop. They can set up Infinity, the Synchros. Forgot what they do, but they do quite a bit. But basically this is a deck that does need to banish for its effect. So Malice is pretty good here. So yeah, we're playing 50 card build. You see we opening, Fusion Deployment, Quem, Draw, and Serenia. Opponent opens Fenrir, Wanted, another Fenrir, Droplets, and Deception. So yeah, Crystron Azamina. So let's see how we do here. So here, our opponent starts off in draw phase, going Wanted to search for the Die Bellstar. So we can't draw him there. Then summons Fenrir, activates Deception, tributing Fenrir to add Hallowed Azamina to hand, so which we are going to drop the draw on our opponent. Cool, now you can't search anymore. Summons Fenrir from hand, activates Hallowed, sending Deception to go into Sylvia, which is Omni Negate, and then he says Droplet, and he will proceed to go to end phase. End phase Deception will set itself back, and he passes turn. We draw into Regain, so cool. Now we need to deal with Sylvia. This one, I thought it was an imperm here, but we're going to treat it as an imperm basically, and we have Fenrir to also deal with. So we start off with going Fusion Deployment first, summoning Cartesia from our deck, because obviously I assumed this was going to be a an imperm, so we want to have that dodge protection. Activate Opening, to which our opponent is going to chain Sylvia to negate. Totally fine, cool. We then go normal summon Quem effect here, where I'm going to attempt to Foolish Barrier Retribution. To this, my opponent doesn't respond. So, sorry, not Retribution. So we send Mercuria. Now here, my thought process was, obviously before I send Mercuria, activating Quem, sure. When it resolves, whatever we send Fenrir, most probably will trigger to banish either Quem or Cartesia. We could trigger one of these two, then he's going to hit us with a an imperm. I assumed this was an imperm, right? So I decided, okay, if we send Retribution, I need to try get Serenia in the grave, whatever, but I don't know if that's going to help. So I decided, okay, if we send Mercuria, whatever happens, like let's say Fenrir banish, we go Cartesia, gets negated, cool, whatever. On that resolution, we can activate Regained, Serenia banish Mercuria, and then we will have Mercuria to trigger and Regain to trigger as we'll see what we draw into. So that was my thought process there. Honestly, obviously I was hoping that Cartesia, if it could resolve without getting negated, we would send Serenia, and then obviously in that situation I would send Retribution of Quem. So because I was trying to see if Retribution would be an issue, because he didn't negate this as well, I decided, okay, he most probably is going to try and banish this, and he has an imperm set to negate the Cartesia regardless. So that was my thought process here. That's why I sent Mercuria. On resolution, you are going to see, I think my opponent does use Fenrir here. Yeah, he uses Fenrir targeting Cartesia, to which we're going to chain Cartesia, and my opponent chains Droplet, sending one. Yeah, he sends one, negating Cartesia. Activate Regained here is going to banish Mercuria. So we're going to summon Serenia, chain link 1, Regain, chain link 2, Mercuria. Opponent, he attempts to go Wanted, but I told him it's actually not a quick effect during my turn, so he can't actually do that. So yeah, after discussing that issue, cool, put it back. Okay, we resolve. Mercuria here is going to add Albion, and with Regain we are going to draw here. I was trying to see what I'll get lucky into drawing, so we draw into Brandon Red. Cool. Then got Albion to Shrouded. Here we're going to send Albus because we have Brandon Red in hand. To this we draw into Ad Libitum. Now here I decided, okay, it's pretty decent, we can still do something with this, so we're going to go Brandon Red, target Albaz. Now here I decided, okay, should I go for Mirror Jade, or should I just go for Chimera, see if I can draw into 2 cards? That was I was thinking of doing. So here I decided to go for Chimera to see what I'll draw into, and in hindsight it actually wasn't a good idea. This really wasn't worth it. I should have just went Brandon Red, banish Albaz, Serenia, Lubellion, discard Adlib, going to Mirror Jade. Honestly, I would get so much more value of that, but anyways, it is what it is. So I'll go Chimera, chain link 1, Adlib, chain link 2, Reborn the Quem. We join to Alub and Retribution, and we pop Fenrir. So yeah, honestly, this wasn't worth it. It really wasn't. I should have went into Mirror Jade here instead. Honestly, I don't know why I decided to take a gamble on seeing what I would draw into. So we attack with Serenia, attack with Quem. That's all we can do. Set Retribution as a bluff. Pass turn, opponent draws into 4 loss, but he has Wanted in hand, which is actually enough for him, to be honest, if I think about it. So he's going to go Wanted, put back Deception, draw into Talents. Summon sorry, not summon summon Diabellstar, discarding Fu, put Deception here. No, he's gonna go Hallowed, put back the, wait a minute. He has to put back the Sylvia. Okay, so he's going to put that back. Yeah, sorry, I skipped a step there. Activate Deception, activate Hollowed. Here he's going to go Fusion Summon into the Cielago, I think. I don't know how you pronounce that name, guys. Cielago adds Wanted. So the fact that he added Wanted here tells me that I thought he was playing White Forest at first. But because he added a Wanted, it means, okay, he's just running a small Azamina package just for Sylvia. So he's not actually playing White Forest, he's playing something else, but we don't know what the engine is. So he's going to enter battle phase, attack Sarania, attack Quem. Now Sarania here will trigger, we send Magnemite, and we're going to send Quem. Go to main phase 2, Hallowed here. Oh no, he doesn't go Hallowed. Here he's going to go, what does he do next? He's going to link off, going to SP here is going to banish Retribution, which is totally fine, but we are going to go Chainlink to Mag, where we're going to summon, Chainlink to regain, summon Mag. On res, Chainlink 1 Mag, Chainlink to he tries to go SP, but he decides not to do it. Cool, allow him not to take it back. Hallowed Azamina, put back Lago. Let me just call it Lago. Add itself. Go Hallowed, and then Chainlink to Wanted, yeah, because he didn't use Wanted yet this turn. So yeah, he's going to add Diabellstar from grave to hand. So he's only on one Diabellstar, I guess, and then summon Sylvia. Then go Talents to draw 2, draws into Droplet and Fenrir. Set the Fenrir, and he will simply pass his turn. So end phase Deception will trigger to set itself. Magnemite here with Mag. I decided to add Bestial Rebellion because we have regained, and honestly, yeah, we have Luber to get the search, so we don't need to do too much here. So I add Bestial Rebellion. Draw it for turn, draw into draw. I guess it's a good hand trap to draw into because of what our opponent's playing, but yeah, anyways, it's fine. It's not going to do as much. So we enter battle phase. I declare attack with Chimera, to which my opponent is going to activate draw, where he's going to send 2. He sends 2. Okay, cool. Sends 2, so Chimera is going to get destroyed. And now here I forgot that I declared attack, but I forgot he sent 2, but he reminds me, so I decided not to continue with that attack. Go to main phase 2. Now here I decide, okay, Bestial Rebellion, attempt to add a Bestial, to which my opponent is going to negate with Sylvia, which is totally fine because now we can normal summon a Luber effect, and Brand Fusion is going to resolve fully for us. Summon Rebellion first, Rebellion effect here, we are going to place Branded last, and now we're going to go full combo here. Brand Fusion, send Albaz Cortesia, going to Albion effect, Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2 will be lost. Last here I decide to add Albaz to hand. Now here, I don't know what I was thinking here. My thinking here was that I was going to go first, going to Rebellion, the Searing Dragon, banishing Albaz and Chimera, right? And then Chainlink 1, Rebellion, put the Albaz name engraved, then Chainlink 2 regain, shuffle back the Chimera, going to Mirror Jade, right? I was thinking of doing that, but I decided instead I'm going straight for Mirror Jade. And yeah, honestly, adding that Albaz actually meant nothing there. So I should have added Mercuria or Kits, something else. Anyways, on summon of Mirror Jade, we're going to go regain. Put back Chimera, join to Super Poly, and now we are going to use Super Poly, send SP and Albion, go into Dragon's Rebellion. Whole point is now Albion is in the graveyard, and now we're going to go to end phase, Albion effect, set Brand Banishment, and Cortesia will add itself to hand. So yeah, we have something here. We have a good board. Opponent draws for turn, he draws into Ash Blossom. Now here in draw phase, I do activate Banishment first before anything, summon Lad, and then on resolution, the opponent is just going to scoop there because yeah, we did quite a lot. Luckily for us, we were in game number 1. Now we go to game number 2 here. Now the Crystron player is going to go first, and this time finally we are going to see he has Crystron engine this time. So opening hand, we opened Quem, Duplication, Luber, Evenly Matched, and Albaz. Opponent opens the Diced Fern, Salfado, Smiger, Prosperity, and Diabellstar. Now here's the thing, when I was siding against him, I didn't know what to side because I don't know exactly what he was playing. So I decided this one Evenly Matched, I took out one Super Poly for it. So this Evenly Matched was actually a Super Poly. And after I saw when he entered main phase, and then he started with Diabellstar, sending Crystron Diced Vern, I realized, okay, crap, I actually need a Super Poly here because he's going to summon Infinity. I don't know, I think they sell that DA Dragster, that that synchro car looking thing. So I was decided, okay, this, I need a super poly here because I have Albaz, break the board. That would have been a better option. Evenly matched is just going to get negated. And obviously he's playing Deception engine, Azamina engine, so there is going to be a Sylvia to deal with. Anyways, Deception, tribute the Smiger's in grave, then Hallowed, same the Deception. Here comes Largo, here we search for another Wanted. Totally fine because he can still use the Hallowed Azamina again. Then he's going to go into SP, Hallowed, shuffle back the Largo to add itself to hand. Activate Hollow, chain Wanted, add Bellstar, and now here he is going to summon Sylvia. Now he can start off with Deception, Wanted, banish, shuffle back Deception to draw into Fafnir. Now here he is going to go Smigo effect, which basically he can banish itself to add a Crystron spell or trap, adds Inclusion to hand. Inclusion here will add Crystron, no, he doesn't add Cluster here. Okay, no, he does add Cluster, sorry, my bad. He's then going to go Fafnir effect, which basically discard a card, summon itself, and then destroy one card you control. Fafnir will trigger when destroyed to summon Tristaros from deck. So he's then going to go Sofada, where he's going to pop a, I think it pops a proper Crystron card, and then he's going to summon itself from the grave. On summon, he will Foolish Burial 2 Crystron names, so he's Foolish Burial Smiger and another copy of Inclusion. Goes Thighs Fern effect to add a Side Tree from deck to hand. Synchros off, goes into the LS Skeletus, which will trigger here basically to add a Crystron from grave or banish to hand. Then he's going to go Tristaros effect, which basically destroy a Synchro and then special summon 2 Crystron monsters from deck. So he's going to summon 2 copies of Fafnir. And now here he's going to go the Skeletus effect. When it's destroyed, he can basically special summon a Crystron from grave or banish, summons the banished Tristaros, overlays into Nova, overlays into Infinity. And now here he's going to go Inclusion, which is basically he can banish it and then target a Crystron and reborn it, summons Fafnir, sets the cluster, which is basically a pop, then activates Prosperity, banishing 3. Yeah, he decides to banish 3. Here you're going to see Imperm, Wanted, and Inclusion, adds the Imperm as a further interruption. He also normal summons Side Tree. Was that a normal summon? Yeah, I think it was. It was a normal summon. Sets the Imperm and passes turn. He was just doing his whole... Oh, no, wait, he said he couldn't add. I'm not sure why he can't add, to be honest. I really don't know what's stopping him from adding, but if he can't add, cool, whatever the case is. I don't know what stopped him. If you guys know, let me know. So we need to deal with Infinity, Sylvia, Tristaros, we can Synchro summon. I don't know, I forgot what the Crystron Synchros can do, but I'm assuming either it's a pop or a bounce. I don't know if it's a negate, but I'm assuming there might be a negate or a pop, one of those two. And then Cluster, basically he can target 2 cards on the field, potentially, if he has a Crystron Synchro monster on the field. But yeah, that most probably will be the case. So yeah, we need to deal with these two, honestly. So now we join to opening, so it is a bit rough. It is a bit rough. So we go to main phase. Now here I decide, okay, if I go evenly, we lose the battlefield, one of these two will negate, cool. And then we also have to deal with SP. So if I go opening, he could negate with the Sylvia, and who knows. It was a bit rough. I was contemplating whether I should just go straight to battle phase first, or we can maybe bait out a few interruptions and see where we go there. So I decided to go opening, discard Albaz, and then summon Aluba. Now here I realized, okay, summoning Aluba, that was a misplay, because now he allowed that to resolve, and now evenly is completely dead. So I add Brand Fusion. So here, listen, how I played here was completely wrong. I think I should have went evenly first, force out one of these two. Then I guess I could have normal summoned a Luba effect, force out another negate, I guess, or force out Sylvia, the second one. And then because we do have duplication, but the issue is we do have target face up. Oh, it's target 1 face up card on the field. So yeah, honestly, I could have actually survived this, because the way I played this was wrong. So I should have started with evenly first before anything. But yeah, let me show you how we went here. Opening, add a summon Aluba, add Fusion, summon Quem, chainlink 1, chainlink 2 SP, banishing Quem and herself. With this we send Retribution. And now here I decide to scope because Brand Fusion can be negated by Sylvia for effect. So Retribution is not going to make a difference. If I do set Duplication, he has Infinity for next turn to deal with it. So yeah, honestly, the Infinity was going to stop Fusion Duplication in his turn, so it didn't really matter. So I decided to scoop there. So we go to game number 3. So yeah, game number 2 was a bit weird. I don't know what happened there, but we go to game number 3. Now here we I have Kolbai, Quem, Sarania, Branded Red, and Lost. Opponent has Droll, Side Tree, Fuolos, Selfafnia, and Chaos Hunter. Chaos Hunter is interesting. So, we normal summon Quem, effect here. We are going to send Mercuria. We then go Sarania, banish Mercuria. Boom, Mercuria effect here will trigger to add. So here we decide to add Albion the Shrouded. And now here my opponent drops the Droll on us. And here, for some, oh yeah, just forget that Albion. But here on draw, I decide to go Kolbai. I don't know why. I really don't know why. Because my thinking was, if this gets negated, right, we can go activate Lost, use Albion, send Albaz, cool, and then we go Brandon Red, target Albaz, banish Albaz, Sarah, perform a fusion, then we get a search of Lost as well. So that was my thought there, but honestly, in hindsight, there was no need to draw Kolbai draw. I should have just held the Kolbai, held this in hand. I could have just simply passed turn there. That was my thinking there, but I decided no, we need Brandon Red to be live. So we send Albaz, and we get lucky and join to D-Barrier. So honestly, Kolbaiing that draw was actually pretty good for us. So activate Lost, set Brandon Red, set D-Barrier, and we pass turn. Opponent draws for turn, he draws into Lancia. So yes, Chaos Hunter and yes, Lancia. That's crazy. Opponent draws, goes to main phase, activates Selfafnia, discarding Side Tree, summons Selfafnia, which will then pop itself. Trigger effect when destroyed will summon the Selfado from deck. Selfado here will Foolish Burial 2 names. So he's going to Foolish Burial Smyger and Ticed Vern. And then here he's going to go Smyger effect, where he's going to add a Crystron Cluster. I think he takes that back. Yeah, he adds Inclusion instead to his hand. And then he's going to go Ticed Vern here, which will add Crystron Chostaurus. Normal summon Chostaurus on resolution though, because Chostaurus, it says here when your opponent activates a card effect, quick effect, you can special summon, and then after this synchro summon. So I decided, okay, no, we need to activate D-Barrier before Chostaurus hits the field. But first I go, yeah, I do go D-Barrier. I thought D-Barrier was here, that's why I activated this card accidentally. Go D-Barrier, call synchro. Boom, inclusion here, we'll get a search, searches for cluster. And then here he's not going to do much, he's just going to summon Chostaurus, set cluster, enter battle phase, declare an attack. Here on attack declaration I am going to go Brandon Red. So here we're going to banish all 3 monsters to go into Chimera, and then chainlink 1 Chimera, chainlink 2 Lost. Yeah, opponent can't trigger any of his Chaos Hunter. Search for Cartesia, that way we just, Cartesia is a good way to fusion summon, and we join to Thrust, and here I decide to pop Chostaurus and his cluster. So yeah, honestly setting cluster early was not a good idea. Goes to main phase 2 and he passes. So we draw for turn, we join to Albion Shrouded, which is, yeah, I guess it's good. It's kind of good. We can send Retribution there. So moving on, opponent, we go main phase. No, sorry, it's our turn. First we started with Shrouded. Here we send Retribution, I believe. Yeah, we send Retribution. Draw into Fusion Deployment, pretty good. Fusion Deployment here, we summon a Cartesia from deck instead of from our hand. Chainlink 1 Cartesia, opponent is gonna go Chainlink 2 Lancia. Now we cannot banish, totally fine. Going to Grand Gugno using both Cartesias, and then on resolution it's gonna be Chainlink. Oh, sorry, my bad. It's gonna be Chainlink 1 Grand Gugno, Chainlink 2 Lost. So we add Quem of Lost, Foolish Burial, Titanic of Grand Gugno. Because opponent activate a monster effect, we go Thrust. Here we're going to search for, wait, what just happened? Oh, sorry, we search for Brand of Fusion, my bad. We search for Brand of Fusion. Normal summon Quem effect here, we send Kit. We just put Kit in the grave, that way, we can just get it. Sure, I should have changed Retribution, honestly, to Lancia, but I don't think it would matter. I think we're in a good position here. So we go into Albion, sending Albaz and Rebellion, Chainlink 1, Chainlink 1 Quem to summon Kit. Kit's effect here will trigger, and here I decide to I forgot what I was going to shuffle back. I think I was going to shuffle back a Branded in Red or Retribution, but Chainlink 1 Kit, Chainlink 2 Chaos Hunter, discarding Fu, and we still cannot banish, but yeah, I guess we add Branded Fusion, put it back in the grave. Put it back in the deck. So yeah, honestly, I just use Kit, shuffle back Branded Fusion, don't need to worry about it being inaccessible to us. Summon Rebellion. Rebellion here will place Regained onto the field. It's not going to do much against a Crystron deck, but at least we get to recycle our stuff instead. Enter battle phase. Here we're going to attack Chaos Hunter, attack the Selfado, that gets destroyed, and then we're going to deal a couple of damage, but it's not game yet. So yeah, we are going to leave him at 900 life points, which is quite rough. Main phase 2, go to end phase, and now end phase Cartesia will add itself to hand, and then we're going to go Albion as well, where we are going to, Titan to add Albaz to hand, and then Albion. Here we said, we said Branded Banishment, but Fortunately, we don't have space on the field, so we're going to have to make sure that we can hopefully open a space on our field to use banishment. Opponent draws for turn, he draws into Smyger. Now here my opponent is going to go Sulfado, pop the inclusion to summon itself, Chainlink 1 Sulfado. Here we're going to go Chainlink 2 Grand Gugno, and then Chainlink 3 we are going to go Banishment, where we're going to summon Albion, and then here I decide to go into Masquerade. Yeah, going to Masquerade, which is a card I sided in going into game number 2. Going to Masquerade, and Grand Gugno will summon Quiritus, and yeah, on resolution still needs to Foolish Burial 2 names, well up to 2 names, so if Foolish Burial is just Smyger only. On resolution we are going to go Chainlink 1 Regained and Chainlink 2 Lost to get a search for Albion. We don't search for Courier because we only play one copy of Mercuria, which is banished, and yeah, and then we shuffle back Quem. I decided to shuffle back Quem and not Grand Gugno because both Quems are banished, as Grand Gugno sort of has done its job, so we don't need to worry about that. And we join to Super Poly. Now here my opponent activates Inclusion, taking 600, putting him at 300 life points, so he's not going to be able to do much. Summon Self, Fafnir. I think here, yeah, he overlays into Nova and then goes into Infinity, but Infinity can't steal because he has to pay 600 life points to do that. Attempts to enter battle phase, end of main, we go Quiritus, so now Infinity cannot destroy, you know, anything. Basically cannot destroy anything, but here his opponent scoops. Yeah, so we managed to take game number 2 as well, winning game number 1 and winning, game number 1 and game number 3. So yeah, so did I say game number 2? Sorry, this is game number 3. So yeah, boom, we managed to win game number 3. Yeah, that was the gameplay, guys, against Crystron Azamina. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please do like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers, guys.